Hi everyone, welcome back. We've got another text adventure stream, but this time is a little different. I've got co-presenting as a wingman, Adam from Banana Retro. Hey Adam,
Evening all.
how you doing? What's going on?
Yeah, not too bad. How's it going?
Yeah, good. Just getting ready for Christmas and what have you. It's
Ready
like,
to? I saw your. Was it? I'm gonna get the name wrong. The annual. You
oh, the
did an unboxing, didn't
Crash.
you?
Yeah, the Crash annual. Yeah, it's pretty good. If you were back in the ZX Spectrum days, that
Yeah.
was Crash was a big thing. And it was really cool seeing it in print again. And it is an annual, like as you remember, like an annual from the olden days.
Was it a
But
Kickstarter?
yeah, it was. Yeah, Kickstarter. Chris Wilkins put it together, and it's really, there's a load of people that have backed it, so there's a lot of, there's still a lot of enthusiasm for the Spectrum and the Commodore
Yeah.
64 and what have you.
Saw some of
But yeah,
some of the text adventures you've been playing and made it in, or some of the creators of the games have made it in anyway.
yes, yeah. There's a what was it? Adventure Trail, I think it was called.
Yeah.
That has been put into it. So it shows you like all the new text adventures, like I think it mentioned Adventuron as well, which was quite good. So anything new, anything that can be ported to the Spectrum. Yeah, so there's a lot of enthusiasm for text adventures and for the ZX Spectrum in general. It was funny because I was going to show you. I found on the ZX Spectrum there was like an introduction to Infocom, and
All
what
right.
it was yeah, it was like you could get the you could get the program, put it in, but you'd be able to play a bit of Zork, a bit of Leather Goddesses, a little bit
Right.
of I think Witness, and it kind of showed you bit by bit how to play an Infocom game, and it was really cool. We'll have to do that another time, just as a because it was on the
Yeah. That'd be
Spectrum. It was quite unusual because normally you'd expect these games to be disc based, so you'd say, oh well, it's on the Amiga, it's on the Apple, that kind of thing. But yeah, it was good. It was
Was
good.
it modern? So is it something somebody had done recently then, or was it one that somebody had converted? I wonder if they've converted it from a source code to make it on +3. Was it? Perhaps it was a plus
Ah,
three.
it could have
I
been,
don't know.
yes, yeah. +3 rings a bell. You see,
Yeah,
now you're saying I don't know if it was released at the time or whether it was somebody's just got the source and ported it onto
yeah.
the Spectrum.
Because the
Hmm.
description you're giving sounds a lot like they used to do the Infocom samplers, and they did so
Right.
many. And like you say, they were even the name, even actually the games you've mentioned,
Yeah.
Witness, Zork. Yeah. But of course, the source code's out there now, so you can get these games and just recompile them. And then you've got ZXZVM, which is the uh, Z machine or Z machine interpreter, and that's the one that runs on the Specky. And I mean,
Ah,
in theory, it'll run on it'd have ran on a +2 fine, but it was just obviously that was cassette based, so you couldn't load it in.
I
But
see.
it definitely runs on the +3.
Oh, that's interesting. So whether it's something new or something old, I don't know.
Yeah,
But I mean, that was where Infocom came in, was if you've got the memory, because it's past, isn't it? It's like it's an interpreter basically.
yeah,
So it would allow you to run it on any machine that's got the interpreter on.
yeah. I remember because obviously we've got that group, the Zil group, and some of the original imps are in there, so it's interesting sort of having a bit of a talk with them. But it's it's funny because obviously the main period for them was in the very late 70s to the mid 80s. But
Yeah.
really, and then the Activision guys took over, and then that's when it sort of went a bit wobbly for them. But actually, in the UK, it was Activision taking over and having the distribution that pushed the games over here. Because previous to that, well, that and obviously the rollout of 16-bit systems like the ST and the Amiga. Because prior to that, if you had a Commodore 64, you'd have been, your dad was like a doctor or an accountant or somebody like that. You could
Well,
afford that, and you could afford the disk drive, which was like as
it's
much as a computer.
Yeah, I mean, it's funny because I did have a Commodore 64, and that's where a lot of my text adventuring was, simply because it was disc-based. But
Right.
I think I had a job, so I
Was
just
your dad a doctor though?
no, he no, he worked in engineering,
All right,
so
but
it was kind of. Luckily I had a job, and it was
yeah.
disposable income, if you like. So I had like 2 disk drives, daisy chaining
Oh
them,
man,
and
that
that
was a
kind of
dream.
thing. It was, and I didn't realize at the time. I just thought, oh, it's a Commodore 64.
Yeah,
You
no,
know.
that was a dream, man. Yeah, you did well there.
Oh, so we
Good times.
got a few people in, just a few comments. Definitely good times. That's the thing. It's nostalgia. That's what we're talking about. So let's have a look.
Oh, Tim Gilberts,
All right. Hi,
Mr. Gilberts. Hello,
hi,
sir.
Tim. How
Well,
you doing?
there we
Yeah.
go.
Oh
Stu's
yeah.
game review.
Sorry.
I know what Zill is. I was asking what the Zill group was. Right. Okay, mate. Well, it's on Facebook. If you just type Zill or Zork implementation language, it'll come up, and then get yourself added in. Be great. There's a Discord group as well, which is for the real techies. I mean, I kind of don't consider myself actually that much of a techie, if I'm being honest with you. The real heavy techie guys go into the Discord chat more so than I do. I tend to be the what am I? I'm more like the marketing guy. I'm more the guy that goes out and says, "We've got a Zill group, come and join it," and then I get them all in, and then anybody who's a bit more techie, we can chuck them in the Discord bit.
I mean, yeah, I do follow that, but a lot of it, to be honest, is over my head. I mean, I'm a programmer. I get logic, and I get
Right, cool.
that kind of thing. But looking at the way that some of the Infocom stuff is written, is like,
Yeah,
whoa! It's like, well, I don't know what it's like. It's, to me, it's different. I mean, obviously it
yeah.
works because there's a lot of decent adventures been done, but I just can't get my head around it. I mean, maybe I should actually read the manual rather than trying to read the code.
It's heavy duty, that's for sure. I mean, there's no doubt
Yeah,
about it. Yeah.
but it's good stuff. So we got Richard came in. So hi everyone, hi everyone that's joined that we've completely ignored until now.
Yeah, sorry. We were rattling away,
Stu,
chewing the fat.
we got Stu came in. Oh, that's Tim. Hang on.
Tim.
Yeah,
Oh,
Stu's.
I've had the good fortune to meet Steve Moretsky, and I was signed a bunch of. Oh, brilliant!
Oh,
Yeah, excellent.
that's
So he seems a really decent guy. I've had a couple of email interactions with him. Seems a really friendly guy. I mean, they all seem. I will say this. I mean, obviously we've got Tim Gilberts in here, for example. So everybody back in the day that was kind of at a distance and was making these fantastic things, and they're all like really lovely people, and just you can just have, do you know what I mean? They seem really. You're having these conversations with them, and I mean, I was talking to one of the guys the other day. I think it was Mark, but we weren't talking anything techie. We were just talking about being a dad and taking the kids camping and stuff like that. It's really surreal. So yeah,
I
good
think
to have these chats.
back in the 80s they were all gods, weren't they? They were people that had got stuff out, and I mean, the the quill and anything like that is like, wow, how did they do that? I mean, that's probably simply
Yeah.
because we were so young, but they were people that we looked up to at the time, totally.
Did you try your hand? So we're chewing the fat, and we ought to crack on with the game. But did you try your hand, Richard, making any games in basic and things like
I
that? Or...
Not in basic itself, no. I I had to go on the quill, and I
All
did a
right.
few like test stuff. Yeah, it was, once you got your head around it, I think I mean, I don't know what I was, 15, 14, 13 maybe. Um, and you kind of think logically, oh, creating objects, getting rid of objects, location movement and things like
Mm.
that, then it was quite straightforward. But it was just the patience to get something completed in the
Yeah.
memory you've got allocated, and having like an idea for a story, so like a beginning, a middle, and an end.
Yeah.
That was the most difficult bit. I mean, I did assembler on the Commodore 64, which is slightly different because I wouldn't have a clue how to write a parser in assembler. But yeah, I had to go at game design, but then I ended up getting a job, and before you know it, you haven't got time to do
Yeah.
anything like that.
Yeah.
So
Mine
yeah.
were always just in basic, like Escape from School, sort of
Oh
type
yeah,
stuff. It was the same game over and over again.
it is. And then somebody releases School Days, and you're like, oh, that was my idea.
Yeah, let's have a look. What's this? I've emailed with Mark, Dave, and Brian at various times, but the conversation basically just saying, "Well, I'm a huge fan." Stu, join the group, mate. Like I say, they're all so down to earth. It's great. You just sort of have a good old conversation with Tim. Trying not to do something too big is always the answer. Yeah, it's that. It really is that. How do you eat an elephant thing, isn't it? Because your brain just runs away with it. I've got so many, even in Zill, I've got so many. I can't even call them half finished. They're like 10% things, but I've probably got 20 of them because I think that's a really great idea, and then I go off and I'm and I have one night at it or something, and then kind of real life kicks in, and 3 months later I've not touched it, and then I've got a different idea, and I'm like off again, going, I'll do this, yeah, and you just end up with so many things. What can you do? What can you do?
It's kind of like, do something small, whether it's 3 locations, It's kind of weird because I did try writing something in Adventuron, and when the beta was out a couple of years ago, it actually tied in with other stuff going on in my life. So I put that in, and I thought, oh, this is great. It's got loads of locations. It's got loads of cool puzzles. And then I got to a point where I'm like, hang on, I'm losing the thread of the story. I'm just putting stuff in here, and it doesn't really relate back. So the first bit is quite tight. It's tight, and there's only a few locations. And then before you know it, it's blown up into 30 locations that 20 of them aren't even used. And it's just like, that isn't the way to do it.
Yeah.
But I might show it you sometime. I might put you through it.
Yeah. We'll do it on a playthrough.
Yeah, that'd be interesting because nobody else has seen it, I don't think. But yeah, cool. All right. Well, I think what we'll do is we'll bring the game screen up. So the one we'll be playing is, just bear with me a sec.
Now we've got Richard in the group, haven't we?
I think so. Yeah, he's.
To see how badly we destroy his game. It made all the game destroys us rather.
It's got reindeers in. It's got traditional Christmas stuff. So hopefully the puzzles aren't too difficult. But it's just a bit of a laugh, really.
Just looking at the screen, I'm. Which setting? That's the one.
Yeah, I'm just. There we go.
There we go.
I think that's the one where you can read it. Just to let everyone know, we're still testing out the best way of getting 2 people to play a text adventure at the same time. So this is another test, although it's looking pretty good at the moment. Oh, hello, Spec. So he called Dave Lebling once just to say thank you. He was super nice. Kept me on the phone for 45 minutes.
Brilliant.
So they're still, they're friendly, approachable.
Yeah.
I think the thing is, it kind of harks back to we've all got something in common, and text adventures. So it's quite nice. It is nice. Right. Okay. So. Right, so I can see the game screen now. I can't see the StreamYard page. So any comments, Adam, that come up, just let me know.
Yeah, I'll be watching for hints and tips.
Yes, just in case. Yeah, when we get stuck. So okay, so this is one of the adventures that it was submitted to the Adventuron Christmas Jam. And it's called A Christmas Quest, and it's by Richard Pettigrew, who is in the chat. We had a quick playthrough or a quick go on it a couple of days ago, just when we were going through the 2 entries that have been submitted already. Links in the description so you can have a play yourself. And if you do play it, do put some comments there, any feedback you've got. So in this adventure, basically, you sneaked out after all the other elves were asleep and went to a party. After consuming too much eggnog, lots of candy canes and a few mince pies, you fell asleep. After you woke up, you made your way back to the workshop at the North Pole to find it deserted. It looks like the other elves have gone on their holiday. You have no idea what to do now. There must be a quest to find, complete it, and redeem yourself so you can join the other elves for some well-deserved rest and relaxation. If you struggle to find your quest, consider trying to ask for help or a hint. Good luck. Press any key to continue. So we don't even know what the quest is at the moment. Based on that,
Richard's just put apologies. It's changed a bit since your last play. He's just messing with your head now.
oh, is it? Oh no! So we're not actually in the North Pole. Are we somewhere? We're somewhere else. I mean, essentially, it's the version that's on itch.io at the moment. So if it has changed due to people playing it, whatever, then when you go back and the update's been put up, you'll be able to play it then. Right. Yeah, Prodigy, it changed a bit since your last play. Yeah, definitely got colours and it's got pixel graphics as well. So it's harking back to 16-bit, 8-bit adventures. So you are standing outside Santa's North Pole home. You see a door which is closed, a snowman and a plant pot. So there's a bit of this that we've already played before. So I'll quickly try and remember what I did. So you see a lot of this stuff is common, text adventure commands.
So straight away, I'm obsessing over the snowman. Is there anything we can do? Can we take his hat, search him?
Push him out, yeah. Push him over. Snowman.
Okay.
Can we see? There's nothing that indicate. Oh, examine hat. So there's nothing that's indicating that is anything else there.
It's not suggesting anything deeper though.
No. So we can go north from here. We've examined the door. We've tried the door, the plant pot. So if I examine the plant, okay. No. Okay, so shall we just have a look around? We're standing at the North Pole and it is cold and desolate place covered in deep snow, absolutely perfect for Santa's secret parcel, producing refuge. So, you see a hole cut into the ice. There is water beneath. You can see several fish swimming. Oh, examine wish. Examine fish. You look at the fish. They are far too deep to see them clearly. Okay. So there is a hole and a pole. It is red and white striped pole. It has a red sign attached to the top. So read sign. You read the sign. Deeply carved lettering spells out the words North Pole. Okay. You are standing outside Santa's North Pole home. You see a door closed, snowman and a plant pot. Now, it leads me to believe that there should be a key under the plant pot.
Yeah, I was thinking that. Yeah, I was going with that actually. Is it the old search again? I always forget this. I'm always glad when Chris joins the chat because of search, look, and examine, and I forget which. Two of the three are the same, aren't they? And Chris tells me every single time, and a day later I forgot again. So.
I find that examine and search should be the same command, except in about 2 instances like this. So you can examine the plant pot and it's nice and terracotta, but if you search it, you're kind of doing something else. It's quite a contentious subject, to be honest.
So it doesn't look like search is searching.
So if I just do help.
I'm going to cheat a little bit. Richard, if you don't mind, how have you sort of implemented search, look, and examine? Are they the same? Are they two of them are the same? If you don't mind.
Yeah.
Just so we can get a little bit of a. Imagine we could just read this, couldn't we? Yeah, and stop being late. Yeah.
Well, the funny thing is, I think we got this straight away on the last play. Do you remember?
Yeah.
So yeah, search is generally
Search is always more detailed.
more detailed, different.
Oh, right. Search is sometimes okay. I'm getting a couple of answers there. Fair enough. Search is always more detailed. Search is sometimes different. Right. Okay. Yeah. Fair dues.
So let's have a look. Get pot. As you lift the plant pot, something falls out. Okay, great. So get the key. Put the key in the lock, turn it and click. The door is now unlocked. So I've still got those two objects, yeah. So open door.
Hey, graphic as well. Nice touch.
Oh yeah, door opened. Opening the door. So I think.
Oh, someone suggested get carrot. That's a good call.
Oh, okay, yeah. Let's go back out. Can't find it.
Oh.
What does?
Are we not near enough? We were nearer the snowman before, weren't we?
So if we go north then.
Although he's in view.
Okay, so he is in that. I don't think he's in this location.
Oh, sorry, that's how bad my memory is. I thought he was here.
See, that's the other thing, is how big is a location in an adventure? Do you know what I mean? Sometimes it could be a big setting, or sometimes it could be a small room.
Yeah.
So try that. You are carrying it. You pick the snowman up. Okay, so you're in a large and spacious hallway. This room is bigger than the whole elf sleeping quarters. You see a table. See an unremarkable wooden table, the kind you find in a typical pensioner's hallway. You find a note.
Gotta read the note.
Okay. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah. Okay, that's true.
Everyone's a joker.
Do you shake the elf? I am sorry to have missed you, but I don't know why you are absent from the workshop. All the other elves have left for their well-deserved holiday. I've not been able to find one of the presents you have made, and I need you to find it and get it to me before I reach the child it is destined for. Okay. I don't know how you are going to manage it, but I don't want a disappointed child this Christmas, Santa. Okay, so we've got to find a present.
Yeah.
Find a present and get it delivered to the child before Santa gets there.
Can we examine that picture on the wall?
Examine picture. Find nothing of interest. That's interesting because it's not an object, i.e., you see a table, but
yeah,
it's acknowledged that is actually an object, I think. Okay, maybe. I think we've
low spec suggested looking behind the picture.
Look behind picture.
Okay.
So let's have a look. So we've gone. We've just come from the east. So if we go north. We're in the kitchen. It is a rather minimalist, despite Mrs. Klaus's reputation for having amazing culinary skills. You see a cooker, a cupboard, an oven, a plug hole, a sink, and a tap. So what I'll do is I'll just examine everything. It is a very posh model. It has 6 different cooking rings and an oven door. Mr. and Mrs. Klaus clearly enjoy their food. Looks like a fairly typical kitchen cupboard. It is closed. You find a fire extinguisher and an oven glove.
Okay, open the oven.
So if we open the oven.
Oh, the graphics changed as well. Let's open the cupboard door.
Oh yeah,
Excellent.
yeah, I missed that. That's nice seeing interactive graphics like that. So, what do you reckon? What else?
Just wondered if you could open the oven.
I think I did that already, didn't it? Ah, yes. Find the pan. Both its body and handle are made of metal. It has a non-stick coating. It's lightweight yet sturdy. Has excellent even cooking and temperature control.
Just run the inventory for me, Rich, a second. Let's see what we're carrying. Right, so I want somebody to do this for me in a future Adventuron game, right? Because obviously in adventure games you become a total kleptomaniac, picking up absolutely everything. Can somebody please implement a picture of the player character carrying all these items? You know, when you're wearing like a bearskin rug and you've got a log on your shoulder and a parrot on the other shoulder.
Yeah.
So somebody somewhere has got to put a graphical representation in, because yeah, I mean, look, we're carrying we've got a oven glove on, a plant pot, and a fire extinguisher. I love it. Sorry, I just went off on a tangent there. I just love it when you're carrying all these. I would just wonder what they look like carrying all these things.
It's comical though, isn't it? If you think about it, it really is. You know, you got a ladder and a yeah, and I can't think of anything else now. You know, that's funny. But it's so yeah. How did they get around that for proper, graphic adventure games like Monkey Island and stuff? Did that?
You just have those magical big pockets, didn't you? It was like you're carrying a sword and a ladder and a treasure chest, and your character on screen's just like, yeah.
Ah, right. Yeah, I can't remember. I mean, I did play it for a little bit, but I mean, I haven't seen that adventure in years, not even playthroughs or anything. But yeah, that would be quite funny. Maybe
Richard says it's tempting. He's going to give it a go.
Yeah, no, that would be good. And you get to a point where it says you look too stupid, you can't carry anything else.
Yeah.
So yeah. So what I'm doing, I'll just put in the comments up. Oh. So we know what the quest is. So really, you see, it's a case of should every object you find also do something? You know, because an oven glove, I can imagine that's useful, but a plant pot, I think we've already used that to kind of get the key.
Yeah.
So let's have a look at the plug hole.
Can you look in the sink? I'm just going back to if you ever played Mystery House, Sierra's Mystery House, or something in the sink, I think.
It's interesting. There's nothing. It's not actually coming up with anything.
Okay.
Sorry,
Richard, you mean you didn't implement the sink, dude? Just joking. Just joking.
You stick your finger into the plug hole and have a good route around it. It's sticky awful, and you find nothing of use. Yeah, okay.
Okay, cool.
That examine hole is quite, unless it's meant to do that for some reason.
It's intriguing though, isn't it? I mean, is it blocked perhaps? Because it just mentions all the sticky stuff.
Yeah. Unblock. Okay, we'll bear that in mind. Examine sink. You see a white porcelain sink. Predictably, it's furnished with a tap and a plug hole. You find a sprout.
Hey, there we go.
That's our first bit of Christmas food.
So we can put that in the pan now.
Oh, we can make Christmas dinner.
Yeah, let's try and make a Christmas dinner. Excellent. I tell you what, we've raided this kitchen. We've done well in here.
Yeah.
You're doing good.
So
I'm
I'm
trying to
just
think if there's
checking
anything else. We've got something on the wall there. Is that like a on the left?
shelf.
Right.
Could
Yeah.
be a
Okay.
shelf. I'll just quickly examine the tap. Anything else in the sink that we can examine? See, I won't turn the tap on. Normally that would mean water, and we'd have to put it in something. So the shelf. Cannot see a shelf. Yeah, that's probably where there's more in the graphical representation than there is in the text.
Yeah. That's always it's always striking a balance, isn't it? And
Mm,
because obviously you can get a visual representation. The good thing about that is um, getting a little more technical, I guess, from the file size and everything. Not so much an issue now, but you could display a lot of things in a picture that it would take a ton of words to do, I guess.
yeah,
Then
yeah.
again, the
So
file size is quite big, the graphics.
it's almost like you kind of, if you had artwork in it, you kind of just knew that you'd kind of ignore it almost. It's more to add
Yeah.
a sense of where you are rather than what you can actually look at. So
Can we turn on the cooker? Just out of curiosity. Just I don't know if that's something we can do for later, maybe.
an on cooker. So you might be on the right wavelength, right track there. Cook something. So put.
Because we've got a pan, haven't we? Oh, could we fill the pan with water then as well?
True. It's a container. So if I turn on tap, if we turn on tap, you turn the tap on. Fill pan.
Hey.
Yes. Uh,
Now, in the interest of health and safety, if we put the pan on the stove, we probably ought to not wander off for
put
too
pan
long.
up. That is true. Oh yeah, you put the pan of water on the cooker.
Right, we really are going to cook a meal.
There is now a pan of scalding hot water on the cooker. You
That
turn the
was quick.
cooker off. There you
Good.
go. It's just done what you said automatically.
That's awesome.
Cool. So we have got a pan of hot water now. So that's interesting. How could we use that to melt something?
Yeah, yeah. Melt
So
snowman.
that's interesting. Yeah.
Oh, it's now too hot. Oh, you got an oven glove, of course you have. Yeah.
Yeah, we can wear the glove, get the pan, and then I think, yeah, potentially it's to melt something. So we should try and melt the snowman.
Yeah, let's do it.
Plug holes. Nothing else. I don't think there's anything
It,
else there. Did
it
we?
feels like we're going a bit. This is really a good sign. A good sign. Can't speak. A sign of a well-made game is we're sort of we're finding this as we go through experimentation, really, and yet it's working. And it's quite intuitive. We're thinking to try
Yes.
stuff, and it's working.
Like I know. Yeah. Where because we're playing it different to how it was written. In Richard's
Yeah,
brain, so to speak, he was maybe doing it in like, oh, they'll do this, then they'll do this, they'll find this, and then they'll do that. But we've just gone straight into the kitchen, put the hot water on, ran the
yeah.
tap, put the sprout in, or worn the glove. So we're maybe doing it a different way to how it was designed.
Yeah, because what's the original? You get a bit of a premise of the game, don't you? When you go in, it told us that we were basically going to get a gift for a kid, effectively, which kind of
Yes.
was the major thing. Unless, yeah, maybe there's something inside the snowman that we can use to build a present. Who knows?
Yeah, I mean, maybe the poor kid's just going to get a hot sprout. I don't
Yeah,
know, for Christmas. I think it definitely sounds like that. I mean, when we started it, we didn't even know what the quest was,
yeah,
but and by reading the note, that's where you kind of, find out what you're actually supposed to do. So yeah, it's kind of like a dragon. The dragon in your mind is usually better than the picture. Yeah, indeed. Maybe worth stating the pictures are just pretty to save people trying to learn. Yeah, I like having them in games. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, possibly that's one of the rules, is that if you turn the graphics off, you can still play the game.
Yeah, that's interesting. Right. Yeah. Because can you turn the graphics off then for this?
I think you can. You can in Adventuron.
Right.
I don't know, graphics on, off. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So
you must be able to do it. Yeah. That's interesting then. So, yeah, with the kitchen, yeah, that's interesting. I wonder if I'd have thought to, because I must admit, although and it's interesting how people's brains work. Obviously, you've got the text. Maybe it's because I'm kind of doing the wingman bit, but I must admit, I'm, from my standpoint, focusing more on the graphic.
I see.
Perhaps if I was kind of the typer, maybe I'd be focusing more on the text. It's interesting.
Yeah.
I've just realised that, if I'm being honest, that I'm doing that.
Yeah, because you as a player, you're seeing it visually now.
Yeah.
Sorry,
yes.
As a viewer, you're seeing it visually. I'm reading the text, so I'm more in line with what's in the text.
Yeah.
So that's interesting, that actually. Yeah. So if we go,
did we try and melt the snowman though? Or did we
no, I went back to the kitchen.
Oh, okay.
So if we melt, okay, so melt isn't
pour
water. That will be a waste after all your efforts. So I can see that we'll be everywhere where there's snow or ice. We'll be pouring that until something happens.
Yeah. Climate change. There's no North Pole left after we've just melted it.
Oh.
Richard's put every interactable object is listed in the text. Excellent. Okay, fair dues. Yep.
Brilliant. Okay, so that's good, because that's like I think sometimes when you're playing, say, Adventuron or no Inform games, you do kind of see objects in the description that you can examine, and then they become objects.
Yes.
And I think Tristram Island, I think that does that, which I like that idea, but it can make for a more long-winded adventure, because you basically, if you know that only interactable objects are listed objects, then it can make it a little bit easier.
Yes. It can become hunting the needle in the haystack, can't it? You're looking for that keyword.
Yeah.
And sometimes the keyword isn't always that obvious, even though you think it is when you're creating the game.
That's the other thing, synonyms, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like we're looking at the just get back. We're looking at to melt the snowman.
Yeah.
Like you say, pour water. So it looks like pour water can be done.
Yeah, just not now.
But just not now. I mean, the only other place is near here. I don't see the benefit of doing that.
I feel like, I wonder if we're going to find a fishing rod or something, because I feel that the classic scene is somebody sort of fishing in a little pool like that.
And it did mention fish as well, so it could be yeah.
Oh, we could cook the fish.
Oh, that's a point. Yeah. Okay, so if we do a bit more searching, so I've been north. We've been north. I'll go east. So this is Claus's back garden. It is very barren, as few plants can survive in the North Pole.
Yeah.
So I'll keep going east.
Not one for Gardener's World, that one.
No.
Actually, I've got a question for Tim while we've got him in the chat. Just going off what we've just said there.
Yeah.
Is how well, it's a question for anybody really, but I want to pick Tim's brains on it. So how much of a game like this do you think you actually play in the brain? Because if we think about what we've done, right, we've had all these conversations and things, and most of that, we haven't actually done that much typing. We haven't done that much interaction. We've only moved from 3 rooms, something like that. But we've actually put thought processes. We've gone through loads of stuff, like talking about what we could do with the pan, cooking the food, going fishing, melting the snowman. It's almost, you know what I mean? You're playing the game Do you know, yeah, I don't know if I've just asked the right question there, really, but you kind of,
Yeah, we're
you know what I
we're
mean?
kind of what when we play it, we know that you examine everything. So we're doing examine, 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 examine,
Yeah,
and you're going through locations, and we've got an internal dialogue going, and
yeah,
we're kind of doing that now, so to
yes,
speak. So I'm doing something, then you say, "Well, try that." You know, would we try that kind of thing? So it's kind of like an external, internal dialogue, and it's two different brains doing it, plus the chat as well. So I think that's,
yeah.
but it's interesting. It's an interesting
Tim's
question.
put, I hope Adam's drawing a map. Ah,
Oh, yeah, I thought that was the
do you know?
agreement, Adam. Just
No.
kidding, just kidding.
I contend that the whole attraction of an adventure is the size of the world is unknown and the exploration is almost always exciting. Yeah, it's 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 what it could be. It's the promise, isn't it? It's the promise of the size of it. It's you only have to design a couple of rooms and a few objects, and your brain fills the rest in. You don't need to kind of implement the entire world particularly.
Yeah, yeah, and it's interesting, especially back in the day, is how big was the universe of the game created, and how much it had to be cut down.
Yeah,
Like memory restraints were puzzles chopped, or locations trimmed, or that kind of thing.
I imagine
Yeah,
quite a bit.
but
Right.
it's
Okay.
true.
Sorry, go on, mate.
No, I'm just saying it's true that the depth is part of. You can have reams and reams of text, but it doesn't mean an in-depth, engrossing universe.
Yeah. Now there's no. Oh, there is a. Oh, I was going to say there's no reindeer here, but you see a baby reindeer and a saddle.
Uh, so we can
Has the reindeer
examine.
got a red nose? Is it Rudolph?
That's interesting. I'd imagine that Rudolph is in the sky at the moment. It's a baby reindeer. His name is Alexander, and he's really cute. He is making squeaking noises. It sounds like he's hungry. Okay,
Oh, he's
that's
hungry.
food, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
Now, what does a hungry reindeer want to eat?
I don't know.
This
A
is where we
sprout.
need Jeff Minter and his llamas and his moose.
Yeah, and he's. I wonder if he does. I mean, he must like reindeers as well, because they are kind of the same. It must be the same, similar species, I guess.
Yeah, moosish.
Yeah. So the saddle is crafted to the highest quality in leather. It has some really lovely contrasting stitching. It looks like a training saddle for when the reindeer are old enough to learn to fly. Okay.
Is the contrasting? I don't know if the contrasting stitching. Can you unpick the stitching? I don't know if I'm overthinking this. Does it
Uh,
just? I wonder if that's just a.
I don't know. I don't know.
Well, I might be overthinking that one, as can happen in these games.
Yeah, but that's half the time you have to anyway. A lot of these games.
Oh, Tim, he's put. Does the reindeer like sprouts?
Ah, that's interesting. Yeah. Give reindeer sprout. Feed sprout. Does it feed reindeer? Ah, okay.
Aha!
So
Right.
we're on the right track. So I'm wondering if we feed him and then learn to fly him ourselves, so that then we can get to Santa. Is it
Oh,
something like
yeah. Go
down
and deliver the present. That'd be
yeah,
good.
on a little
Yeah.
baby reindeer? So we need reindeer food then, or something, or carrot maybe.
On the carrot from the snowman's nose again.
Could be, yeah. So what else have we got? We've got a key, a note, an oven glove, pan of hot water, plant pot, and a sprout. I think we should do a bit more exploring.
Oh yeah, definitely. We've got so we've got some hay bales. We've got 3 hooks on the wall and something dangling there.
I've got a feeling that's graphic scenery. What would it be? Hay.
Yeah, Richard, you're right. Richard said actually, didn't he? He said it's in the. Yeah, cool. Okay, yeah,
Possibly, yeah.
yeah. He said it was just in the. If it's in the text, then
Yeah, that's the thing. But that shows about when you're saying you're focusing on the visuals, on the graphical visuals.
yeah.
So you were standing in the elves' toy workshop. Workbenches are everywhere. You see a catapult and a lockpick.
Catapult and a lockpick.
It's a Sure Shot 2000. It is regarded as the best and most accurate catapult money can buy. This type of catapult is designed to fire marbles. It is not loaded. And then the lockpick for the piece of engineering. So we just came from the. Where did we just come from? South.
Yeah.
So
When we went outside,
east.
and then we went south.
Yeah, we're kind of heading eastwards.
I ought to be drawing a map, didn't I? Really, I'm not very well prepared here.
We can manage. We'll be all right.
Elf sleeping quarters. Lots of hammocks are crammed in here. You see a hammock, right then. What can we do with a hammock?
Examine hammock.
Yeah.
Examine the hammock. Although every elf has one of their own, this one is designated as yours. It is made from strong green cloth and is hung from the ceiling.
Search hammock.
Search hammock. Search hammock, you find a small ball. Cool.
Oh, is that a small ball? What, is in one we can fire from a catapult, perhaps?
I think so, yeah. It is red, made of hard rubber and about the size of a small marble. Brilliant. So we do have a catapult, yeah. So that's something to bear in mind. Just do that again. Search hammock. West. So is it south now? Is that?
Yeah.
Santa's office. You're in Santa's office. He spends most of his time in here managing the army of elves and answering letters. You see a chair, a desk, and a shelf. So I think there's more locations since we last played it a few days ago.
This is familiar. I think you came into this room before. I think you probably came straight into it. Right, so a chair, a desk, and a shelf. So obviously, I don't know, examine the, what should you go for first? Desk?
Examine desk. This is Santa's desk. It is a beautifully crafted leather. It is beautifully crafted leather topped with gold embossing. It has exaggerated curves and heavy proportions. You find a drawer. Examine drawer. Oh, well, that's muscle memory for you.
Yeah. You did that on autopilot then.
Yeah. You find a spoon.
Spoon. Okay.
So it's Santa's coffee stirring spoon. It is made of sterling silver and has a long handle. Okay, here we go. So what should we drop?
Oh, has it just said we're carrying too much?
Yeah.
Well, we think the pot plank can go, can't we? Because we've used that already.
Yeah, that sounds like a good plan.
Retro Robbins has joined the chat. Mr. Wayne, how you doing, sir? Hope you're well. Blah 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 blah. Can we put anything in? No, we're not. We're not. I wondered if we could put something into something, but I don't think we're quite there yet. Are we? I would have said the pan, but we've boiled it now. So
Yeah, see, I think that is for melting something
yeah,
as opposed to cooking, but I don't know yet. I don't know. That's just my train of thought. So we could, examine shelf.
yes.
Examine the shelf. It is out of reach of mere elves. You think you can
Of
spot
course we're an elf,
something.
aren't we?
You think you can spot something, but cannot quite make out what it is. There must be a way to knock it off. Oh, this is the catapult, isn't it?
Yes, go for that.
Uh,
If
oh,
that doesn't, well, yeah, give that a go. I think you're right.
you load the ball into the catapult. He's ready to fire now.
Fire.
Fire catapult. You load the ball into the catapult. Carefully take aim. Fire. Thwack. An object falls off the shelf and lands on the
Hey,
floor.
good one.
That was.
I was gonna suggest to use the spoon because it made a mention that it had a really long handle, but yeah, you've
That's
solved
true.
it.
Yes. So we'll have to remember that it's got a long handle. So we've examined. Did we examine the chair? It's a very
No,
plush, deeply cushioned armchair. It is a height of luxury and just what you'd expect Santa to have. Okay.
so let's just go back a bit. Chair, desk we've searched. That gave us the drawer. That gave us the spoon. A shelf that gave us an object which knocked off. There's a ball on the floor because we fired it. There's a pot plant because we've dropped that. Yeah, and obviously there's other stuff in the graphic, but we know that it's text that we focus on. So, okay.
Yeah. So do you think we drop the catapult? Do you think we're done with that? Keep the ball and catapult here.
Yeah, should we? It's probably a risky assumption, but should we assume for the moment that if you use it, it's done, and then we could
Okay.
always just come back and get it? So,
Okay.
like, we've used the pot plant, we've used the catapult and the ball.
Note. Do you think we need the note? I don't think we do. I think it's yeah, it's almost like the instructions, but as an object that you can find.
And the good thing is, I mean, I don't know how vast the game is, but obviously at this point in time, we're not too far away from the early rooms, are we? So
No,
we
we
can
still.
get
I
back
mean,
to here quite easily. So it's probably an office seems like a logical place to store all the items anyway.
yeah, yeah, and I think we've got quite a few more locations as well, so we'll get a gist of whether we're going to get locked out or move to a completely new area of
Yeah,
the adventure. So examine. I was just going to examine the tin actually. You see a very sturdy tin. It is filled with quite a sturdy lock. It is currently locked.
oh, naturally we shall pick the lock.
Lockpick, pick, lock. You slip the lockpick into the lock and gently turn it. You hear a loud click and the lid pops open. As you pull a lockpick out, it falls from your grasp, falls to the floor and disappears out of sight. On a more positive note, you can now see that the tin is unlocked. That's interesting. So basically the lockpick is bye-bye. It's gone. So examine tin.
Did it say what had fell on the floor apart from just an interesting object, or did it?
It said the lockpick. The
Oh,
lockpick came out
oh,
of my
sorry, it
grasp
did. Yeah,
and
sorry.
disappeared.
Yeah,
See, that's another thing, is the design of the adventure has got a static bit at the top. Yeah, you can see the mouse pointer. So this bit at the top is actually fixed. So the text here is the bit that scrolls up rather than everything.
Yeah, I do like that.
Yeah. Yeah. Magic flying dust inside the tin.
Okay, so we can give that to the reindeer then.
It
But
sounds even if he's
Alexander the reindeer is going to have his first flight.
whether you like it or not.
Yeah, whether he likes it or not, we're going to feed him up on a sprout. That's going to be his food. Well, Alexander, you can do it.
You can see a packet of magic dust. There's some instructions you might want to read. Okay, let's just quickly do that. If you read the package, you see that this stuff can be added to food. Okay. Any animal that consumes this gets a temporary ability to fly.
Awesome.
This must be how Santa's reindeer do.
If we save the game and eat it ourselves.
Shall I try that? Let's do that. Just get a ram save done.
Yeah, do a ram save first.
Eat dust. Here we go. This is it now. Congratulations, you have completed the adventure. Oh. Oh, he needs to put a response in for that. That would be quite good.
Yeah, come on, Richard. You can do it. We want to eat the dust.
So I think we're done. I think we're done in here. Should we drop anything else? We've used the key, didn't we? The key was originally for the original door.
Yeah. It said it was chunky and useful. I don't know if that's a hint that it might be opening more stuff, but we know where the room is. We can come back, he says, assuming that we're not going to get locked out.
Yeah. Okay, I'll take the key then, just in case. Okay, so we go north, go east. Been there. North. So north is back to there. We've been there. Go back south. That's it. We've covered all these locations here. So I'm going north or west. It did say mix with food, didn't it?
We're not doing too well on the food.
No.
We've got a Brussels sprout and a fish. Oh no, Brussels sprout and a hint of a fish, maybe. It's not exactly cordon bleu, so we need to maybe.
Because don't reindeers eat like reindeer specific food? Like, they don't eat turkey or anything. It can be like, I don't know, hay mixed in with something.
Let's get to the bottom of this. Let's get to the bottom of this riddle. Hang on. Right. What do reindeer eat?
Yeah.
They eat mosses, herbs, ferns, grasses, and shoots of leaves, shrubs, and trees. Okay.
Cool. So we know what to aim for.
So we ain't gonna like a sprout necessarily. Going off on a tangent. How does everybody like the sprouts? Just put it into the chat. Well done to the point of mushy, which is me, or my wife, who likes it like barely seen the flame and it's rock hard, like you could stone somebody to death with it.
Crunchy.
You like crunchy? You're the same as the missus then. I like it to be almost that it melts.
Yes.
So.
I can have them both because I do like sprouts, but I think I do prefer them with a bit of crunch to them. Yeah.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting to see what people say, because I know some people absolutely hate them, but I love they're almost like a sweet flavour.
Yeah, I like it. I've always liked them. Yeah. They're it's a controversial vegetable.
It is.
Right, we need some more hints in the chat, please, for food items. Tim Gilbert. Viz always said that frozen ones made a suitable alternative for boiled sweets. Yes.
Oh, that would be. God, can you imagine a frozen sprout? That would be gross.
Yeah.
I think that's Viz is. God, I haven't read Viz in years. Is it still going? I don't even know.
I don't know.
I like them both firm, and also the way my dad.
I'm with Tim's dad. Yeah, Mush. That's the word. Mush.
Oh,
Cold carrot makes a satisfying crunch.
it does. Yes, it does.
It does, and we think maybe that's for the reindeer, possibly.
Baby
But the
carrots.
thing is, we haven't had much luck yet getting any items off of the snowman. So that's either a graphical red herring, or we just haven't got to the right place yet.
I think we've
What
got a
can we?
few places to look at, haven't we? Still, I think there's a couple of unexplored areas. If I'm thinking right.
Yeah.
Oh, excuse me. I think we can go up, and we can go east.
Let's do it.
Which
Up.
way? Up. Okay.
Yeah, let's do up.
You are in Mr. and Mrs. Klaus's bedroom. It is a very luxurious room furnished with oversized furniture. How the other half live? Because obviously we're an elf, aren't we? We're basically Mr. Claus's slave.
Yeah.
You see
And
a bed.
always you look under a bed. I mean, that's the first rule of a bed, right? Is you look under a bed. So
The bed, yeah. The bed belongs to Mr. and Mrs. Klaus. It is made of heavy wood and is of superb quality. It is built to last.
bedrooms.
Bed. You search bed. Ah, okay. So even look under bed and search them was different. You search the bed, you find a magazine. Do I really want to read this magazine?
In fact, one found under a bed. I'm hoping,
Okay,
Richard's made a PG-friendly game here. I'm guessing it's probably just Crash Magazine or something.
it could well be, yeah. I was going to say it right in the chat. Guess what magazine it is?
Yeah, yes, that's a great idea. Before we read it, what do you think the magazine is? Is it A, Viz,
B, Crash,
B, Crash, C, Zap, or D?
and then the Amstrad one that everyone's forgotten about.
Yeah, the Amstrad one. Reindeer Raising Monthly, yeah.
Guns and Reindeers.
Guns and Reindeers.
Oh, Richard said, yeah, the reindeer is a red herring. Sorry, the snowman is a red herring.
Right, okay, so I can stop obsessing over that then. We've got some furniture either side of the bed, haven't we? Is that again a graphical thing, or can we?
Let's have a look. So we've got cupboards. So let's have a look at the magazine. Oh, no way. You can see
we gave it away.
Copy of it. Oh, I didn't mean to. I'd already got it typed out. Oh.
Don't worry.
Oh, at least a few. Classic Adventurer, edition 5.
Classic Adventurer.
Yeah, I think that was the one that I looked at just about a week ago.
Is that Mark's?
It is.
That's the class. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. If you're into adventures, it's worth looking for that. I'll put it in the description to get there if I remember. So what are they? Bed cabinets, bedside cabinets. Do you wonder
Drawers
if that's
again?
Graphic thing, because we're not seeing anything in the text about that.
Yeah, that's true. Just do a look again, or yeah, it's already there, isn't it? Right.
What we'll do is just read magazine. Oh.
Cat Ventures put question. What is Santa's wife called? It's Mrs. Claus. Come on, catch up. Actually, no one knows. We don't know really, do we?
I was trying to think of a good comeback then, but Mrs. Claus, you're right, Adam. Oh, no way.
Merry Christmas. Da, 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 da.
Oh. Ban.
He's here all week. Try the fish.
Issue 5. Yes, it had the Adventuron. Had the Adventuron article. You see, Adventuron now is getting a bit more exposure. You know, it's
Oh yeah,
in
massively so. It's yeah, I would look. I mean, I think it's absolutely fantastic system. I think it's built a community around it. I mean, look at the games that we're playing, and there's so many great games for it. I think it's I'm talking to somebody who's tried and is trying to push Zil and Zilf, but there's a number of systems out there that you can use, but I have to admit Adventuron is leading the way. I think it's great.
Yeah, and it's. I mean, I started using it. It must have been 2.5 years ago, 2 years, something like that, a bit longer maybe. And I've followed it on the groups and what have you, seen the adventures that have been created, and it's a really good tool. I mean, I do tend to waffle on about it a lot, but there's a Zil following as well. So I think it's really cool how text adventures, they're maybe not as big as they used to be, but they are getting traction within.
Yeah,
Within.
I don't. It's a funny one. I wonder how. I mean, if you had this conversation, say 15 years ago, you'd be like, nah, there's nothing there. I don't think. But and then if you kind of go in increments of 5, like 10 years ago, still again no. But just the last 5 years, I think it's really caught traction again. And I get that it's still a niche. Let's be honest, but I think I think it's perhaps a bigger niche than we all think.
Yes, yeah, which is nice that there's. I mean, I don't know if there's any discords or that kind of thing. I mean, obviously know about the Facebook groups, but they're quite disparate. You want one that is just, doesn't matter what it is about text adventures, but everybody just join here, if that makes sense, so that you're all discussing, whether it's Quill or Zil or Adventuron
Yeah,
or Basic or whatever, you know.
that's the and that's the and not to kind of enter into you know because I know Chris will argue this one, but you've got I think it'd be good to get the various groups together a little bit more because I feel like sometimes you've got kind of a heavy interactive fiction group and then heavy core text adventure group. Mind you, I guess they're different games in essence, so I don't know. But
See,
that's a
that's
whole big argument that you can have with Chris. I know he's got some quite strong views on it.
yeah. I mean, I don't know what his views are on that, but I think to some extent interactive fiction is a modern term for text adventures, but it's also a slightly different beast. It's like some of it is like Twine,
Yeah,
which I'm not a fan, to be honest, of Twine. I think it click here, click there. Some of them are really good, really atmospheric, but to me they're more like books than
yes,
like parser based, and it's kind of the differentiation between the two.
yeah.
Yeah. So let's have a look.
I feel like we've done this bedroom. I don't know if there's any more that we can get out of this. I might be wrong.
I think that possibly is it. I was just
Or
going
there's something
through.
yet to do. I don't know.
Yeah, like Wayne said, Retro Robbins, he said he prefers watching text adventures than playing them, and I can totally understand that.
Yeah, and I have to admit, as much as I like playing them, I like creating them more. Even though, and I go back to what I said earlier about all my projects are like 10%, 20% max done, but I love tinkering with it and seeing what I can do. That's part of the
Yeah,
reason why I never actually get anything done because I always start off on a tangent, think, oh, I could do this, and then I go da 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 da, spend all my time trying to code it up. Create a
yeah.
boat that you can ride, or a car, or
And
something that can happen,
when
and then
when you're playing them, you're like thinking, well, how do they do that? What's the code behind it? Yeah, I get what you're saying. Oh, we got let's have a look.
Marie Hammond, love your hat. Thank you. Came
I've got
today via the post.
love your hat. It's a blue one as well. That's interesting. I was
Yes.
thinking of getting like a pink or a yellow one just as a bit of a change. I don't know, any colour. Blue looks cool. Yeah. So I think the bedroom, let's have a look. See, I'm switching screens as well, so I'm kind of...
Okay, let's go. Let's take this to the chat. Let's ask a friend in the chat, because the chat's quite responsive today as well. It's not like sometimes we have a 30-second delay anyway. Do we think we've got anything left to do in the bedroom? And keep it clean. This is a PG show.
We've already found a magazine in the bedroom, so...
Exactly.
Did we look under bed? Yeah, we looked under the bed, and it was the same as examine bed, which was different to search bed.
Oh, jump on the bed.
Oh, jump bed.
Do it.
So that's from the author himself. Oh,
Yes. And if that doesn't do anything, then he's just thrown as a...
let's have a look. Jump. Was it jump bed?
Jump bed.
You climb up onto the bed.
Oh.
Boing, boing, boing. That was fun. Oh, very good. I like it.
Nice touch.
So Tim said there is no direction up, so I suspect not. Oh, can you get on the bed? Yeah. No, I think it's very much the you see a bed, that's the interactionable objects.
You can dance pole too. Oh, right.
Oh, very good. Oh, let's just... So there's a lot of kind of added atmosphere.
Yeah, I like that.
So, okay, so we'll carry on exploring them for the moment.
Yeah.
I've just gone east. You're in Mr. and Mrs. Klaus's ensuite bedroom. Sorry?
Oh, sorry. No, I just went, oh. I was like, oh.
That's a good graphic of a bathroom, actually. It is
It is.
bright, sterile, and lacking even a trace of warmth. You see a bath, a toilet, and a wash basin. So I'm going to just examine everything. You see a single-ended bathtub made from a tough acrylic that holds heat well. It's perfect for those long soaks. Okay, examine toilet. You lift the lid to inspect it and find, oh God, to put it politely, a Yule log. Oh God, and it is actually there.
Take the log.
An object.
Eat the log.
It is not that kind of game. Examine log. Nutty. Oh, very good. See, this is harking back to Viz now, isn't it? Viz
Yes.
magazine. Right, this is you, Adam. This is all on you. Can't do that. Oh. See, the other thing is there's actually no score as well, which I thought was a bit...
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, I was looking for that to see if it gave us like an item count or something.
Yeah.
That's okay, but yeah. Can we run a bath? Can we fill the water?
So we've got the hot water in the pan.
Yeah. Oh yeah, maybe.
Let me just for completeness, I was just going to look at the wash basin. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
It's hinting, it's saying that it holds its heat well. Think, put water in bath.
Pour water.
Is water no longer an object? Oh, okay. Yep. Water.
You don't know.
Turn on tap.
Oh. Wayne suggested flush the toilet.
Flush toilet, yeah.
Aha.
Oh,
Good
brilliant.
suggestion, sir.
You
But
see,
we got rid of the Yule log.
That's gone, yeah. But that'd be good if there was a score system where if you completed it, you got, say,
Yeah.
I don't know, 30 out of 50 or 45 out of 50, but to complete it, you had to do all this, the extra,
Yeah,
like dance pole and flush log and all that. Yeah. Okay, so I think we've done everything in here.
I think we might have. The mirror's just graphic, isn't it? That's just kind of
Yeah, I believe
location,
so.
context type
Ah,
stuff.
okay. So there is a
Oh,
response. Oh, mirror. Okay, look, mirror. Okay. So we'll carry on exploring a bit. We'll at least try and go through all the locations
yeah.
for the moment. Down. We've been up. Which direction haven't we been?
Now Tim's going to curse me for not taking a map. So, but let's just go.
So
Oh, that looks a new one.
it
Yeah.
was east, yeah.
Okay. Roaring fire Christmas tree.
So you're in the Klaus's cozy living room. You see a fireplace, a sofa, a tree, and a mince pie.
Loads of opportunities with the sofa. You can look down the back of it. You can look behind it, under it,
move it.
Yeah.
So you see roaring flames and feel the scorching heat. You can't get too close. Doesn't Santa know that you shouldn't leave a fire unattended? It could be very dangerous.
Put it out with the water.
Fire,
Yeah. Water. Pour water.
Pour water. See, it looks like that's for a specific thing,
Yeah, maybe.
And why did it need to be boiled before? That's
a
question.
That's more. That's going back to the cooking thing again, isn't it? Perhaps that's not the.
Yeah. So let's if we do the sofa like you said.
Yeah.
See a large red sofa. It looks very comfortable.
We've got the mince pie as well. I don't know if we can eat the pie.
So take the pie and go through the deep filling. You reckon eat it?
Well, we tried to eat the Yule log. We know where that came from. So a mince pie in the front room can't be that bad.
Oh, that won't be that yet. Take a bite out of the mince pie. It tastes wonderful. Actually, I've not had a mince pie this year.
Could we put the dust in the pie and then feed the pie to the reindeer?
That's a good idea, yeah.
Sprinkle dust or something.
Sprinkle dust. Put dust.
Maybe it's not there then. Okay, no, it's just an idea. And to be fair, I don't think a reindeer probably eat a mince pie, but
still carrying the dust, aren't I? Yeah, magic dust and the pie. Oh, the pie's gone.
We'll get the pie.
It looks like it, yeah.
Oh, the pie is gone.
So that was either that. I mean, I'm guessing that we can't bugger the adventure up.
Yeah.
So I think that was just part of that. The pie, you eat it. See, that would be good as like extra scoring.
Yeah.
Sofa. You look down sofa, I think Tim said. Have a look well. Did you flush the toilet yet? East and west. Just looking at the comments. Search search sofa.
Yeah, we did a RAM save as well, didn't we?
Yes, we did. Yeah, so we can revert back if we need to. So I think for the moment we're all right in here. Oh, tree. Big Christmas tree. Got to be something hanging on it.
Yeah. You got the star on top as well, haven't you?
Yeah.
Salmon tree, search tree.
Get tree. Oh, I think it looks like it's just scenery.
Richard, the pie isn't relevant, just a random interaction. Okay, that's good. That's reassuring to know.
Good stuff. Yeah, because you're not sure. I mean, I'm guessing nowadays it's one of those things that you shouldn't program in, is where you get either instant
unwinnable
deaths or unwinnable. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
It's a bit of a faux pas, isn't it, these days?
Yeah. I mean, it shows that it has changed since the 80s and 70s, text adventuring. Right. Okay. There's a few. I think there's a few more locations we haven't been to.
Shall we give it another 10 and then call it
time
for the day?
That sounds good.
In all honesty, I could keep going, but I'm just conscious of time for everybody.
Yeah, no,
they're loving life at the minute. They're like, yay!
But it's no, that does sound good. I think we've been up, we've been north, we've been west, east. Okay, so we have covered all
west. We've been west.
Sorry, west from there is back outside.
Oh right, sorry. Okay.
We go east, and then we go north to the kitchen. East to outside. East to the reindeer.
I feel like there's more in here, but it might just be. Oh, hello.
Okay, right. So from where the reindeer was, we haven't been south yet.
Right.
So you're in the stable storage room. Everything needed to take care of the reindeer gets stored in here. So there's a rod. That goes back to what you said about going fishing.
Yes.
So let's have a look at the racking. Racking is made mainly of metal. Most of the shelves are empty, but you find some potentially useful objects.
A feeding bottle of milk powder. So the reindeer, presumably because it made a thing about how young the reindeer was. So presumably, we're going to feed the reindeer. Tim's put, see, should have drawn a map with found directions, easy to find where you've not been. Cool, that Tim. Yeah. Anybody think he knew a thing or two about adventure games?
I know. I thought he was a newbie. I thought he'd only just got into it.
Who does he think he is?
So yeah, that looks definitely right. I think so we need to work out what to drop now.
Well, let's have a look.
What was in the tin?
The magic dust, wasn't it?
Okay, so we'll drop the tin because I've got the dust.
Can go. The magazine can probably go. I'm guessing that's window dressing.
Yeah. See the key.
I mean, we could drop the key. I don't know.
We know where it is. Yes.
We're just getting grief now. Low spec Linux is jumping in on it. Who doesn't draw maps for text? All right. Cool. Blimey.
No. It's those right in Infocom games, isn't it? Where you went north and then the exit was southwest. So it didn't even have the exits and entrances the same direction.
Man, that's crazy. And again, I think that's another thing that modern game designers don't do. Hint.
I mean, which is good in my book, although
I think it is. I think
it made it more interesting sometimes. So we dropped the key, the magazine, and the tin, and I've picked up the milk powder and the bottle, the feeding bottle. So I think the next port of call is to feed the reindeer.
Yeah.
we've got about 5 minutes left, so I think if we stop it there, I'll just do a RAM save.
Yeah, grab a save.
Do that. Brilliant. Yeah. So the Tim says that was annoying, although has a place to create a physical layout like a path that curves.
Yeah, it's one of those dynamics that it makes for an interesting game. You absolutely have to map it out, otherwise you end up having a stroke. It's definitely not something that you could try to hold in your brain. I mean, I guess it's you could say it's kind of like real life, because roads don't go straight, and you start going east and it curves, and you end up going south a bit. So yeah,
That is true.
it's kind of a real world thing, isn't it? Whether it plays or played that well in a game, I'm not sure. I could probably have lived without it, but I can see why they did it.
Yeah, it's almost like it depends what scenario it's in. You know, if it's a twisty path, twisty cave, passageway or something, then yeah. But it's certainly interesting. I mean,
I think that's a good session there. I think we've done good.
Yeah, and it went well, and the technology worked. I'm glad you could read the screen, Adam, because that was the big thing. And we can.
And thank you to everybody for joining in, because that was really good and interactive. Apart from you guys moaning about maps, you can.
That is true, but yeah, no, it's nice that there's still the following for text adventures.
Yes, I'll get some graph paper. Oh, cool. You can go off people, Right, thank you everybody. Yeah, and thanks Rich for hosting, and we'll give it another go. Try and squeeze one in again before Christmas, perhaps. Might be 50th already, so but if we can get one more in, that'd probably be good.
Definitely, and I'll help you. I'll help you from your end as well, from your side.
Yeah, that'd be good, mate. Yeah, perhaps
stream,
I don't know, tomorrow or Thursday, or just when you're free, just to reverse it round.
Yeah, sounds good. But yeah, thanks to everybody. It's been really good, and it's all right. Well, see you soon, and cheers, Adam, as well. Thanks for putting up with me.
No worries. Always a pleasure. All right, take care, guys.
Yeah, bye.